Hello and welcome to our high limit disability insurance webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Robert Clark with Peterson International Underwriters, and I'm really excited to bring you three really unique tools that you can use to serve the high income marketplace, and of course specifically relating to their high limit disability insurance needs. Now, there's a couple things to understand before we get started. And that is clarifying one of the key misnomers in today's economy. And that is the fact that no matter what someone earns, they will spend 100% of their annual income. If you don't believe me, think about one of our major expenses, and that's taxes. Even being at the lowest federal income tax rate today still makes this a substantial portion of where our monthly income is going. Then you add on the mortgage and housing expenses, travel and entertainment, cars, transportation, a little bit for savings, and of course, our everyday living expenses. It's easy to see that 100% of our income is going to any of these major categories on a daily, monthly, and annual basis. To validate this idea, let's look at a couple different examples. Someone earning $200,000 per year and someone earning $1.5 million per year. Now, you might think that the $1.5 million earner is saving a significant amount more than the person earning $200,000 a year. But let's think about their expenses. At $200,000 per year, you have a moderate home, nicer than most, but still not the mansion that the seven-figure earner is living in. And housing aside, let's think about the vehicles they're driving. $200,000 gets you a pretty nice ride, but seven figures, that puts you in an entirely new class of vehicles. So if we look at 65% of their income between both individuals, we find a significantly different number, $10,000 a month versus over $80,000 a month. But still, you have to see that no matter what these individuals are earning, they are out there spending a majority of their income. Now, what happens for an individual like this? Traditional markets are great at solving the problems for lower income individuals. So if we're looking at this, and this is an employer, you'll see that most of them have a group long-term disability plan that serves the rank and file population, going up to a maximum covered earning of $300,000 per year. As an example, what many companies decide to do is purchase an individual disability insurance for higher earning executives. This can often bring that covered income closer to $500,000 per year. But as you can see, there's still a top population of extremely high income earners who are left with less than 65% of their income being replaced. Now, this might not seem like a huge issue. However, if you think about our examples on the previous slide, you'll easily see that many people in this red bubble are spending a majority of what they make, and it's critical that their income is protected at an equivalent level. To give you an example of how we can serve some of these different markets depending on what they might already have in force, you'll see on the far left-hand side, that column represents a group LTD policy, an individual disability policy, and a high-limit DI policy to bring that high-income executive all the way up to 65% replacement. Now, the second graph in is group LTD and straight to high-limit DI. This might be the case for some riskier occupations that aren't qualifying for an individual disability product. On the contrary, if we look at the third column, some companies, maybe they're a bit smaller or we're only working with 3 or 4 business owners, they'll be able to qualify for the individual disability product and not group LTD. In either case, high-limit DI can be used to supplement their income up to 65% of earnings. Now, we have some extremely rare instances where the individual won't qualify for group LTD or individual disability insurance. Occupations like underwater rig welders or perhaps professional pilots. These individuals are able to lean on a product like high limit DI to take them from $0 income replacement all the way up to 65%, regardless of the level of income they're earning on an annual basis. One of the most convenient solutions for high income earners is our fully underwritten high limit disability product. This is an excess disability product allowing up to $250,000 per month of supplemental disability insurance benefits. Now, the product will require paramed, blood, and urine exams. However, it can bring any of those high income earners up to 65% of income. We also use this product for unique situations. Let's say a corporate executive with a majority of their income coming from a stock option or stock award. Or as I mentioned in the previous slide, perhaps they're in an occupation that the traditional markets do not want any part of. Maybe they're medically substandard, they're older in age, or they simply have a hazardous occupation, such as a professional pilot. In this case, we're able to use our fully underwritten high-limit disability product on a one-on-one basis. Looking at a top national attorney earning $715,000 per year, even with group LTD and individual disability insurance, we're still only getting 42% income replacement for this high-income individual. So what the high-limit DI product brings is an additional $13,000 per month in benefits to bring this attorney up to 65%. Because again, remember, they're spending a majority of that $715,000 per year. We have a unique automatic issue program for clients who fit this model. That means if they've purchased a fully underwritten non-can disability policy within the last 90 days, they can simply apply for supplemental high-limit disability benefits through Peterson on an automatic issue basis. That means no new underwriting, no new application, simply submit the declaration page for that individual disability insurance policy to Peterson, and we will make a full offer for a supplemental high-limit disability plan for that individual up to $20,000 per month without any additional underwriting. Now, taking this a step further, Peterson also offers many employer-related solutions. That means with 3 or more lives, we can bring the high-limit disability insurance solution onto a guarantee issue chassis. This allows each executive a very large premium discount on their disability coverage, as well as removing the medical, financial, and application requirements in order to obtain coverage. We simply quote and issue this policy from basic census data and still offer each individual up to $250,000 per month in benefits, as well as our optional lump sum, which can bring an additional $10 million of tax-free benefits to that disabled individual. Now, what's really unique about this plan is the ability for it to be paid by the employer or the employee, meaning we can issue guarantee issue coverage on a mandatory basis, which would be employer paid, or a completely voluntary basis, being employee paid. Let's look at a recent case study for a hospital group. This group had $25,000 per month of total disability insurance benefits between a group LTD and an individual disability insurance policy. Still, about 500 people within this hospital were earning above that income threshold. What we were able to offer on a completely voluntary employee-paid basis was another $100,000 per month, bringing all 500 individuals up to 65% of income replacement. We essentially matched the high-limit disability insurance product to mirror their underlying group LTD and IDI plan. What that means is we kept the 6-month waiting period for the entire plan and simply increased the monthly benefit cap for those underlying plans. This resulted in over 20% of those 500 individuals enrolling in the plan. Now, let's talk about the benefits for you, the advisor. one of the best parts about our multi-life high-limit disability insurance program is that, unlike most group long-term disability plans, the Peterson high-limit plan does not reduce commissions for higher premium amounts. That means if you have a case above $50,000 of premium, you're still able to earn the 15% commission rate that would normally be awarded on an individual plan. This results in very high revenue opportunities for producers working in the multi-life space. Now, who are the most common prospects for high-limit disability insurance? We've looked at what occupations show up consistently over and over again, and here's what we found. Attorneys, financial services, business executives, of course, healthcare-related occupations, which would include doctors, dentists, physicians, surgeons, of course, entertainers, very high incomes and not usually considered by the traditional markets, pilots who would fall in a very similar category, as well as venture capitalists who boast extremely high incomes that need the security of high-limit disability insurance. Now, one of the most common questions we receive from advisors is, how do I engage a high-income earning professional with some thought-provoking questions? Here's what we found to be most effective. Number 1, how much of your income is protected? 2, if you had to live off of that number, how would that change your life? And 3, how concerned are you about fixing that? Thanks so much for being a part of our webinar today. I hope you found it informative, educational, and learned something new. I know we certainly enjoyed having you here, and we appreciate your time. Let us know how we can help you. Thank you.